your ultimate guide to sweet potatoes. What is he doing out here in 25-degree weather? Just checking out the greenhouses. Lettuce is doing fine. I can see liquid water in there. But what does that have to do with sweet potatoes? Well, if you're going to have a bumper harvest like this, you can do this too. That's one slip. That's just one hill. Oh my goodness. It's about to rain on us, and I think that's it for the evening. You need to start your slips early. In a couple days, it'll be warm enough to open these up, and I hope you join me for that. But for today, let's look at everything you need to know to have a bumper sweet potato harvest come fall. We start today. We need to make some pies and weigh out a couple of these smaller ones. So there's about 6 pounds. We need about 4 pounds. We're going to go ahead and bake these. You can boil them if you'd like. Some people say you lose part of the flavor. I'm going to go ahead and take the slips off. Some of these already have roots on them. Some of them don't. To take them off, you just grab it down low and break it free and put them on the windowsill. Got a big push, sweet potatoes to plant. Let's get right to it. Most everything that you see planted here came off of these two. For all of those that are new to the channel, this is deep mulch, and what we do, pull the mulch back, get down to soil, move the worms out of the way. This mulch isn't very thick right here. We'll be adding through the summer. So let's do about the same thing. Make a little hole in the soil. Where we transplanted these slips, these roots are nice. Snug in the soil back around it. Get the rest of these vines out of the way. Serious. We're picking potato. Oh no. That's a bowling ball. You can do this too. If you remember, what we're trying to do is we're going to try to grow some monster sweet potatoes. The way you start is you start now. As we've been curing most of the potatoes, they start growing slips on their own. There's really no rhyme nor reason on which one grows the fastest. We've been pulling the slips off, put them in a glass and fill it with water. This has only been in water for not very long. So just put it in a cell, finish back filling it with a little soil. I purposely saved this big boy and didn't eat him because I was hoping this would happen. And he's producing some very healthy slips. But I found that the size of the slip really doesn't matter, but we'll find out. Come out and reflect in the garden. And what do we do in the garden? We plant. While I was waiting for you, I did a little recon this morning. We've got our kale and our Swiss chard from last year. Right here is where that great big sweet potato came out of. So why mess with success? Let's go ahead and start right here. A little bit of mulch here. But it's amazing how fast this stuff breaks down. Let's go ahead and plant this very first one right where its parent potato came out of. I know we call them sweet potatoes, but they're really not potatoes. They belong to the morning glory family, and this is why we want to plant them different than we do potatoes. You know, potatoes you can just put on the ground or dig a hole and bury them, and they'll go ahead and the plant will come up and the tubers will form. Sweet potatoes, if you plant the tuber, all you're going to get is really nice leaves. So I've just got it planted right to the surface there, but this whole thing will root. And we found that out last year when we had an army of sweet potatoes growing everywhere underneath roots. So I'm going to put a little more soil on it. Then I'm also going to backfill. I'm just going to cover up those leaves that were there. I'm going to cover that up to there. This whole thing will root, and hopefully we'll get another giant sweet potato. That's off a runner. You got to check your runners. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Calm down. Look at that boy. Look at that big one. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. Well, I guess that just goes to show you, a giant sweet potato slip makes a giant sweet potato. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven at 350 for about an hour, and we'll see what we get. Well, the top two appear to be done. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to let these cool off before we can cut them. Well, Grandma actually says you're supposed to let these sit and cool, but I can't wait. Serious now. Wow. It needs to sit up a little bit, but this is fantastic. And yes, we do eat these. I know they're really good. So we'll just see how long it takes those to really root out. Now, I like the ends. These are my favorite. And you can cook with these and you can freeze these. But for right now, I just want to get a few of these started. Once these get going a little bit, we'll go ahead and get them in containers. And we'll keep them in the house. We'll be able to make slips off of this all winter long. These are a couple of the cuttings that we took off the original plants when we dug. You were with me when we put these in water. Look at that root system they have on there. Now, I'm not too worried about some of these leaves dying back, and they're going to mostly die back once we get these potted up. These little 6-inch pots will allow these plenty of room to grow out. Now, these roots have all kind of grown together, so we're just going to kind of tease them apart, just kind of gently. They come apart pretty easy, actually. There's pretty good roots there. It's much bigger. Then we have this one, and it's started to make roots all the way up here at this top upper node. I'm going to keep all of that in here. Then we got this big one, and like I said, each one of these little spots right here, roots will come from there, will come from there. As these grow, we'll go ahead and continue to clip and root and repot. So these three ought to make us a pretty nice little batch of sweet potato slips. Probably got just a little too much soil in this one. Just put those roots down in there and then backfill. If you weren't able to start with some cuttings and get those rooted, the best way to make slips is you take a potato that you've taken from the garden or one that you've bought from the store. You got a couple methods. You can put toothpicks halfway up, submerge them in a glass of water, and they should start making slips and start rooting. Or you can lay that potato in a pan half filled with water and they'll do the same thing. Or you can lay them in a pan filled with soil, just set it kind of in the soil, make sure it stays moist, and it should do the same thing. And if you follow along with what we just talked about, you should have a wonderful sweet potato harvest come this fall. You know, we got snow in the forecast. We'll go ahead and open these up in a few days, and I hope you join me for that. And if you want to see more about sweet potatoes, click that link right there, and I'll meet you right back in the garden. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.